Good morning. It's good to have you with us this morning for a short devotional. I'm hoping your day is going good. The rain has come, so we'll just have to put up with it, I guess. All right. What I want to do is read to you a good devotional from a good friend of mine, R.E. Clark, in his book called Life is Not a Snapshot. I thought it was real interesting in his first job of what happened, and it kind of talks to us about today. Says, my first real job was in a supermarket. I had been working for several years, but this was a job where I actually received a paycheck. I still have fond memories of my first days stocking shelves with various canned goods and other items. As a newbie in my position as stock clerk, I went through an initiation promoted by the more experienced clerks. All new guys would be sent to the warehouse to locate the shelf stretcher. This errand was made necessary when a few items would not fit into the allotted space. Without a thought and wishing to impress, off I went in reach of the exclusive shelf stretcher. Returning without the non-existent shelf stretcher would bring hilarious laughter from the rest of the crew. They had each experienced the same joke played harmlessly on them, and yes, I asked the next new guy to scurry back to the warehouse to get a shelf stretcher also. It was simply a rite of passage. Life is a lot like stocking a grocery shelf. It seems that we always have a few items that just don't quite fit. Though we know better, we are always looking for a shelf stretcher to make room for a little more. It may be more time than we try to cram into a day. It could be that we attempt to overreach our abilities. We may even be guilty of hoarding heaven's blessings, believing we can protect ourselves when a rainy day comes. Perhaps the one place we seek to stretch our shelves is when it comes to the length of our lives. We are not alone in this dilemma. The Apostle Paul spoke of this stretching time as he wrote to the church in Philippi. In chapter 1, verse 23 through 24, it says, "For I am hard pressed between the two, having a desire to depart and be with Christ, which is far better. Nevertheless, to remain in the flesh is more needful for you." I have witnessed this stretching many times in the years of my ministry. It is always the same. The shadows grow long. Visions of eternity flash before the weary traveler. Remembrance of days long ago spent are relived. Joys of life's victorious flashes across the mind, like the stretching of a runner for the finish line. But there is always that moment when you realize that there were things that just would not fit. Some things are never meant to. No matter how much we search the warehouse, there is no shelf stretcher. For each of us, there is a limit. Therefore, live your life to the full for God's glory. And when you've reached life's capacity, scurry not in search for the shelf stretcher. Rest in the assurance of a life well lived. Have a great day. God bless you.